Python is supported by multiple interfaces to explore as well as to develop applications. When I say explore, it is all about learning Python. You can either use CLI based environments such as Python, IPython, etc., or browser based environments such as Jupyter Notebook or Jupyter Lab, etc. Also, we have interfaces such as PyCharm, Spider, etc., which are nothing but IDEs which are primarily used for application development. As part of this topic, we will primarily see how we can leverage Python CLI to explore the libraries, and then we'll actually see how we can leverage web-based environments such as Notebook or Lab as part of the next topic to explore or learn Python. So let's perform few tasks here. At the bottom, you have something called as Python CLI, which will be available out of the box when you set up Python. In this case, if you are using Windows, you just have to go to the search bar and start searching for Python. As I have searched several times in the past, it is now available as part of the top apps. So I can actually click on this. It will take care of launching the Python CLI. This is the most basic CLI that is provided by Python. You should be able to write any valid Python code here. So in this case, I'm just exploring the print statement by trying to print hello world, and you can see the output here. You can actually explore the libraries in interactive fashion. Now, if you want to get a help on one of the functions, such as starts with under str class, you can say help like this and then say str.starts with, and you should be able to see the help on the function. Now, if you want to use it, you just have to create a string, let's say s equal to hello world, and you want to validate whether the string starts with hello or not. So you can say s dot starts with like this, and then you can say hello. As hello world starts with hello, it says true. There is a typo here. It is supposed to be starts with, not start. So if you use CLI, if there are typos, you can go back and you can update it, but it is a bit tricky. It's not very straightforward. The web-based interface can make it a lot more productive to edit all these mistakes. Okay. However, if you want, you can use Python CLI also to actually learn Python effectively, but it will waste your time. Already have seen that when there was a typo in starts with, I have to go up and then go to the particular position, one key at a time, and then I have to type yes, which is a bit cumbersome. On top of this, we also have IPython. To access IPython, we need to install IPython. So IPython is a wrapper on top of Python, which will provide us a bit better interactive capabilities than Python itself. If you want to use IPython, all you need to do is you have to go to PowerShell, and then you need to see if there is a pip. If pip is there, then you can say pip install IPython. It will take care of installing IPython for you. Pip is nothing but a Python packager. You should be able to leverage pip to install and manage any Python libraries in your system. We will explore more about pip at a later point in time. For now, I just used it to install IPython. So now, using Python 3.9, IPython is installed. I should be able to say IPython like this, and it will give us a bit better interactive interface to interact with Python to explore. So some of the features are nothing but it actually provides something called as magic commands, which can be leveraged to get the execution time. You can also run shell commands if you are running on top of Linux by using a magic command called as %sh. Also, if you want to get help, earlier we have got the help by saying help of str.starts with like this. Using Python, even in IPython it will work, but it provides you shortcut method like this. You can say str.starts with like this and then question mark, and you should be able to see the help on this function directly using this shortcut method. You don't need to say help of str.starts with, you just have to say str.starts with. Like this, there are several other features which can be leveraged using IPython. Jupyter is a web interface built on top of IPython. So you don't need to worry too much about IPython, you never use it. However, I just want to cover this because Jupyter is based on IPython. Even the interface will look similar to this, but in the browser. Dump Python or IPython. Make sure you are comfortable with Jupyter and start using Jupyter for exploring the Python in the pursuit of learning Python as a complete programming language. Then you have to use IDEs such as PyCharm to actually develop the applications. But in some cases, once you start the application development process, sometimes you might have to launch Python CLI and quickly explore certain libraries. In that case, you can use. There is a usage for this also, but if you want to learn Python as a programming language from the scratch, instead of spending time on Python or IPython, you should focus on Jupyter-based environments, and then you have to focus on IDEs in the pursuit of learning how to set up the project and start developing for the projects as a team. So we'll get into all those details as part of the courses which we'll be covering over a period of time. For now, I have covered how to get into Python or IPython and demonstrated what is the purpose of these Python or IPython. Now it is time for us to explore Jupyter. Once we explore Jupyter, we will primarily stick to Jupyter in the pursuit of learning Python as a programming language. Also, before wrapping up, I want to write some code here. Part of my material, I have already defined those tasks. We have already launched Python CLI. We have already printed hello world. We can also perform basic operations such as 1 plus 2, either on Python CLI or IPython. You don't need to worry whether you are in Python or IPython. Most of the code will work in IPython as well. Now, to get the version of the Python, you can see the version already here. However, there is also a library called as platform. As part of that library, there is a function called as Python version. You can import a function from a package or library using this approach. So we are trying to say from platform import Python version. Let's copy paste this. I have pasted twice. Let me delete this duplicate string. Now I can hit enter and then I can say print of Python underscore version, and I should be able to see the Python version using this command. So if you are not sure which version of Python you are using, if you don't have access to this as part of the CLI or even as part of the Jupyter environment, you should always be able to get the version by using this simple code. First, you have to import Python version from platform, and then you have to print like this. And also, if you observe, there is a color differentiation when it comes to keywords and non-keywords, functions, etc. So IPython will make it a bit more interactive, and the pace at which you will learn using IPython over Python is significant. Leveraging Jupyter, which is built on top of Python, is further significant when it comes to learning experience. You can learn much faster using Jupyter-based environment, and hence you should be comfortable in setting up the environment and start using that environment for learning purpose.